All right, welcome back this morning, everybody. New details about intelligence failures ahead of the January 6th attack on the Capitol. The Senate Homeland Security Committee has a new report out detailing how the FBI, the DHS, other agencies as well, knew there were threats of violence ahead of January 6th, but did not interpret them correctly or downplayed how serious they were. I want to bring in NBC News senior Capitol Hill correspondent Garrett Haake, who's got more on this, looking through this whole thing. What kind of intel failures, Garrett, does this report find, and who's responsible?
Well, Yasmin, the upshot of this report, a bipartisan report put together by the Senate Homeland Security Committee, is that the FBI and the DHS had all of the information they should need. They were getting raw intelligence in, whether it was open source material from social media, whether it was tips that were coming into the FBI. But they basically saw all the dots and didn't connect them. They didn't put together the sort of myriad variety of threats into a cohesive picture that made them think that perhaps any one of these threats doesn't sound that serious. There's a whole lot of people with similar viewpoints saying the same thing. Maybe we need to more aggressively communicate that. It harkened back, frankly, to the post 9/11 concerns that all these intelligence agencies were out gathering their information in silos and not properly communicating the information that they were getting to each other. Here's how Gary Peters, the chairman of this committee, described what they found to my colleague Ryan Nobles.
There wasn't coordination between agencies. The same thing that happened in 9/11. And so after the attack of the Capitol, and as we continue to pursue this investigation, what you get is a lot of finger pointing. Every agency is pointing at the other agency saying, well, they're the ones that dropped the ball. And that's simply unacceptable.
So, Yasmin, I think the fix here is going to be a little bit more complex. Obviously, all these intelligence agencies have been kind of put through the ringer over the last 2 years post-January 6th anyway. Many of them say they've addressed some of these failures. Obviously, the Capitol Police themselves have talked a lot about, their new chief has talked a lot about the idea that they are trying to make themselves into an intelligence organization, a protective organization first, almost, changing the entire scope of what they do. So those efforts are underway, but a good reminder here, even all this time later, there's still a lot of work to be done to make sure something like that doesn't happen again here in Washington or anywhere else for that matter.
A lot of work to be done, and so much still that we are learning from the breakdown of that day and what actually happened. Garrett Haake for us, as always, my friend. Thank you. Good to see you.